if you're new here, my name is Celina Pereira. I love makeup and I'm from Sydney, Australia. Today's video is going to be on this look that you see right here using the brand new Morphe Brushes 39A palette. In the last video that I did on my channel, I also used this palette. I am basically doing a little mini series, if you guys didn't know, where I'm basically taking this palette and taking inspiration from wherever I find it to do a look based on every single color story in the palette. I love this look. I think this is the most appropriate holiday look ever. I was inspired by this post from Stacey Marie MUA. If you haven't heard of her, you must follow her on Instagram. I will leave her link down below. And this is the look that she did. This is actually a video, so I just took a screenshot of it. The colors that I've used are a little bit more on the olive tone. They're a little bit more of like a mossy green. Hers are a bit more emerald. But I took the idea of, you know, the style and the shape and the techniques and all that kind of stuff, and that very kind of bright white eyeliner, which actually looks stunning. This look, I never do a bright white eyeliner, but I love the way this looks. It actually looks absolutely stunning. Alright guys, so without further ado, before we get into this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see how to achieve this look right here, then please. I know I look totally crazy, but I've already gone ahead and done my base, my eyeshadow primer, my brows, the rest of it, all like normal. I've applied some extra powder under my eyes, and this is the Asking You May No Color powder, just in case I have any fallout, because I am going to be dealing with some more pigmented shades and some more brighter colors in the palette, and so I just don't want fallout everywhere. I did have a little bit of fallout in the last video, which I noticed more so as I was editing and kind of afterwards when I took photos and stuff, so I really want to avoid that because I am going out after I do this video, so I want to make sure that it is as fallout free as possible. So I'm going to get started, and today I'm going to go into the shade Canvas, a little bit more of a warmer transition color, but it's really pretty, really nice and peachy. And I'm just going to take that into the crease all the way from inner to outer corner, because this is going to be a halo eye. We want it to be as dark on the inner corner as it is on the outer corner. Now that I have that laid down, that really nice transition, I'm going to go ahead and take a smaller brush from Morphe. This is a Morphe R37. I'm going to go into the shade Fickle, this really beautiful green color. And this one does have a little bit more kickback compared to the shadows that I've been using so far. I'm just going to take that in the outer and inner corners, and I'm just going to start to build up that green that we want for this look. Now the look that Stacey Marie did is a little bit more on the kind of emerald green side. This is going to be a little bit more kind of like a forest green, because these greens are a little bit more on the mossy, kind of more earthy tone. And you can definitely do this with any kind of shades. It doesn't even have to be green. I love green personally. I mean, I'm a Taurus, so I'm an earth sign, and I'm born in May, and emerald is our birthstone. So I'm literally just taking this from inner to outer corner, and what I'm basically doing is I kind of like to almost create a bit of like a line or a bit of a shape first, and then just go ahead and blend with small little circular motions like I'm doing now. And like I said, you want your intensity to be the same on the outer corner as it is on the inner corner. I only used that color Fickle. I haven't gone into any other color yet, and you can see it looks so nice and layered. Okay, so now that I've got that really nice green base down, I'm going to go back in with my R40, taking a little bit more of Canvas, and also going to mix it with a bit of Bare. Just blend out the edges of that eyeshadow just to make sure it's really nicely blended. Just adding a little bit more color into this inner corner in here, because I feel like it's not as pigmented as what I would like it to be. Now I'm going to go into this brush here from the Bling It On collection, and this is kind of a mix between a shader brush and a really tapered blending brush. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to go into the shade Pine. This is a dark olive green, and I'm just going to take that a little bit more really into the crease and really defining exactly the shape that I want. We've already got quite a bit of definition going on, but this I really want to really sketch out my shape before I go ahead and actually carve it with concealer. And here on the outer corner, I really want to create that nice rounded off shape, rounds off this eye. And when you do that, it kind of makes your eyes look a little bit more deep set, which I personally love, a really nice rounded eye shape. And then of course, going back in with my R40, and this I'm just taking no product, and I'm just going to blend that out. This brush, you guys, honestly, if you don't have this brush, you need it in your collection. This brush, for me, this and the R37, I can be using the worst eyeshadow, I can be having the worst blending day, but these brushes will always pull through for me. They always make my eyeshadows just so nicely blended. They're so easy to use, and I mean, I love Morphe. You guys know, if you have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge fan of Morphe. So, you know, this little mini series that I'm doing should come as no surprise. I know that people always have an opinion about Morphe, but for me, I just think that they are such a great brand, so affordable. Their products are amazing. It honestly speaks for itself. And I mean, so many people do YouTube videos about Morphe that you can see the proof as it's working. I mean, I don't have any kind of like filtering kind of technology going on here. I've got lights that obviously beauty lights do diffuse a little bit of imperfections, but you can see firsthand how it's working. I'm just taking a little bit of Bare, just the tiniest littlest bit on this brush, also just to help blend that out too. And honestly, the proof is in the pudding. It is just, the shadows are just awesome. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the way that's going. I'm really happy with that definition. I'm really loving this. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut the crease. I'm going to use one of Morphe's brand new metallic eye pigments. I don't know exactly what they're called, but basically they're like a foiled eyeshadow. So this one here is the shade Gold, and as you can see, it's kind of like a green olive gold, which would look really beautiful with this. Now, I've already played around with these a couple of times, and these stay on ridiculously. Like, even the first time that I used them, I just did a hand swatch, and literally I needed to use some heavy duty remover to get rid of them on the brush straight from the tube. So I'm gonna let out my brush, and this is actually a lip brush from BH Cosmetics, but I love it. Really detailed work like this. Kind of mark my eye, and then I'm gonna look up. And this is a technique I learned from Ash here on YouTube. Her name on Instagram is Atlee, and she does this technique when she's doing her cut creases, and it works so well. So I'm just drawing a cut crease in the center of my eye. I'm basically just drawing out where my crease would be, where my eyelid would be, and I'm just drawing this like rounded shape. And then what I'm gonna do is, once I've got that shape on the top, because that's the hardest part, is I'm literally just going to draw a line down the center of my eye, and then I'm just going to start to blend it out both sides. And this product has such a beautiful reflect to it. It is just stunning. I love it. You don't get a lot of time to play with it, which I actually kind of like, especially when I'm doing like a cut crease, because I find like if it's too wet, then I'm like sitting here like this waiting for the product to dry before I can open on my eye. Whereas now it's like mostly dry, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this brush from Morphe. It's an M170-8 brush. This like concealer kind of artist brush. And I'm gonna use this with the shade Inspire. Beautiful metallic green. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna switch the brush with a little bit of Fix Plus, apply that over where I applied that base. And I'm just gonna take that all the way up to that gold color. And if you've got a bit of that gold peeking through, it is totally fine. It actually looks really nice. And we're going to put a little bit of gold on top of this anyway again, just up to where that line of that cut crease is. And then on top of that, I'm going to actually just use the same brush that I just used for that green. And I'm going to take some of this color here, which is called So Glam. And basically with this, I'm going to apply it on top, and I'm just going to apply it more into the center. I'm just using the tiniest little strokes. Alright, now I've realized that this color is a little bit too dark for what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back in to Inspire, just to kind of cover up that gold. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just literally just going to take some of that gold shade, and I'm going to apply that using that small brush. And I'm going to apply it just the teensiest, tiniest bit on top. And I'm literally just going to very, very lightly and very sparingly just apply a little bit just to the center of the eye. I'm now just going to go ahead and deepen up the crease. So I'm taking a Morphe pencil brush. This is a M431. And I'm going to go back into both the shades Pine and Fickle. And I'm taking those together. Just apply this just in the inner corner. Blend that out. Okay, so now that I've got the top lash line done, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe away my bake. And this is another Morphe brush. It's the M436. Just want to go ahead and do some lashes. So I'm going to use my LILLY lashes in this style Miami. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and do the lower lash line. And so I'm going to start off with my R40 brush, taking the shades Bare and Canvas, putting that under the lower lash line, just running that underneath. Then going in with my R37, and I'm going to go into Fickle. But now when I use Fickle and when I use Pine, I'm going to take it just in the inner and outer corners of the lower lash line. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and just apply some of the gold pigment just to the inner corner to help kind of marry up with what's going on the top lash line. And then just taking some more of both of those shades. Now the Inspo Peak does have a very intense white in the lower waterline. So I'm going to take this gel liner from Beauty Bakery. This is their Gelatos and it's in the shade So Marshmallow. And it's literally just a straight up white. I've actually never used this before. So I'm just going to load the brush up. And this is actually the angled brush from the collection, which has a spoolie on the end. So you can also use it for your brows. Just put it in my waterline. So for that highlight, I'm going to crank out something very, very, very new that I'm so excited to have in my hands. And oh my god, I've been waiting for this to come out for such a long time. This is part of the MAC holiday collection. And this is the Whisper of Guilt limited edition highlight. I mean, to begin with, just look at that. That is so beautiful. Whisper of Guilt is honestly one of my all-time favorite highlighters. I have it from the last year's MAC holiday collection as well. It's so beautiful, I don't even want to use it. This brush is a Morphe M560 and I'm just going to use the tiniest bit of the inner corner of my eye and the brow bone. For my skin highlight, I'm going to use the exact same one, but I'm going to spritz my skin with some setting spray. This is my Urban Decay All-Nighter. This is the travel size and it's also the old packaging. That's how much of an OG I am because this packaging's been gone for a long time now. So I'm going to use, this is a Morphe. It's basically like the Morphe M510 but from the Rose Gold collection, and I'm going to pick up some of this. I'm going to apply it to the cheekbones. I'm going to apply this to all the usual highlighting areas, everywhere that I've basically got highlight already. Okay, now onto lips. I want to show you both options. One of the reds from the collection from the Paint the Town Red set, the little trio, and this one's in the shade Bonnie. Alright guys, so this is the shade Bonnie on my lips right here. Even though it's like heavy on the eyes and heavy on the lips, I think it looks beautiful. It looks very, very, very holiday appropriate. And this is no liner. Like, this is beautiful. And the other lip that I'll be taking is the shade Lulu, which is from the Paint the Town Nude set. Alright guys, now there is the shade Lulu on the lips. I absolutely love this as well. This is so beautiful. So if you want a bit more of an understated look, I would say go for the nude. If you want to just be like pow in everyone's face, I mean, why not? Then go for the red. I mean, they're both beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything that I post. If you guys want to see more looks like this, then please make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much to Stacey Marie for inspiring me. You inspire me every day with all of your looks. They are absolutely beautiful and amazing. And I know that it is different to the look that she did, but you know, you can take something from as inspiration and you can recreate it, and it's still your version of that recreation or your version of that look with your little style. Don't forget also guys to follow me on my other social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook and Pinterest. That all is Celina J. Pereira. I post heaps of new updates on what's happening in my life and what I'm doing. So if you guys want to know more about me, then go check me out there. Again guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. And until the next one, I love you guys. Mwah!